Why, hello there, everyone. If you watched my impressions video of the previous DNF Duel beta test, then you'll know that even though I was very impressed by the visuals and the music and all of that, I was very disappointed in the actual gameplay. So, how does the second beta test compare to the first one? This video is probably going to be shorter than my last video because there's really not much to say, because the only universal gameplay change that they made is that they increased the movement speed slightly. And even then, it's barely noticeable. I don't think I would have even noticed it had they not told us in the patch notes. So they really need to increase the walking and movement speed. The walking and running speed even more. They need to increase it at least to the point at which it matches up with the character animations, because actually, if you pay attention and look at the characters when they are running, their running animation would imply that they should be moving faster than the speed that they actually are moving. So it's ridiculous. It feels like you're running on ice because you're running faster. It looks like you're running faster than you really are. So an easy universal change they should implement is that they should just crank up the speed even more. I don't know why they were so hesitant in increasing the speed from the last beta to now, because like I said, it's barely noticeable. Anyway, the other two big things that is just completely turning me off from the game is that even though it looks like a crazy hyper anime fighter, underneath the hood, it is the most dry, grounded footsie fighting game ever. And it's because of two big reasons. One, there are 0 grounded overheads in the game. I don't know why. This is literally the only fighting game I can think of that has 0 grounded overheads. So there is literally no overhead/low mix-up. And not only that, but the presence of a block button in the game completely eliminates any possibility for cross-up potential that could otherwise be in the game. And it's weird because Ghostblade was a new character in the second beta test. This beta test had all the same characters as the previous one, but this time it included the Ghostblade. And part of Ghostblade's kit, part of his moveset, allows him to teleport all over the screen, and you can teleport behind your opponent and whatnot. And typically, that would lead to cross-ups in other fighting games. But in this game, even though it seems as if Ghostblade is designed for cross-ups, it just won't work in this game because there's a block button. So even if you're able to cross someone up every now and then, if you catch them holding a direction instead of holding the block button, at high level, players are going to do whatever's optimal, and what is optimal in this game is holding the block button. So being able to teleport behind your opponent has 0 utility in terms of mixing your opponent up. So again, like I said in the last video, I'm trying not to sound like a broken record here, but literally, the only thing that's happening in these matches is you're blocking, and you're just waiting for a block punish or a whiff punish. Literally, the whole meta just involves baiting for whiffs or baiting for things that are unsafe on block. And it does look cool, but when you're actually playing it, it gets boring so fast. I got super bored of it after about 2 hours again. That was pretty much the same story as last time. The reason it's so boring is because there is nothing to think about when you're playing the game in neutral. All you have to do is block until you bait a whiff, and then you can do your combo, which is super easy to do in this game. So you're not even worried about dropping the combo. Obviously, keep in mind that even this beta test did not have training mode, so obviously, whatever you're looking at on screen right now, I'm going to be using B-roll footage from the live stream. Whatever you're looking at right now, it's not going to be optimal combos or anything like that. I know that we're not doing optimal combos because if you try to experiment in a real match, you are going to get blown up and it's going to cost the round. And just like in the last beta test, we were not able to invite friends, which makes sense because they're trying to test the connectivity. So they're trying to force you to play against a bunch of opponents from all across the world. So I wasn't really able to easily set up a match with someone from my chat so we could basically treat the game as training mode. All the people I played against were people that were actually trying to kill me. But anyways, my point still stands. The combos in this game just aren't very engaging. One of the reasons, I know I keep bringing up KOF 15, but one of the reasons why the combos in KOF 15 are so fun to do is because whenever you start a combo, whenever you get a hit confirm and try to go into a combo, even when you're doing the combo, it's not just muscle memory. Even when you're doing the combo, you're having to think about things, because there are so many different ways to utilize your meter in King of Fighters 15, and you're also gaining meter really fast as you're doing a combo. So whenever you get a hit confirm and you start doing a combo, you have to immediately decide how you are going to spend your meter in said combo, and that will obviously determine what kind of combo you try to do. So anyways, my point is, a game like King of Fighters 15 has so much more mental engagement, and it just makes it where there's always something to improve upon. There's always something I can work on in King of Fighters 15. But after I've played DNF Duel, I feel like I've figured out the whole game after 2 hours. And obviously, I know I can keep getting better. But just in terms of a fun standpoint, it gets so boring. So anyways, in short, my point is that they should remove the block button, because if they remove the block button, that would allow for cross-ups. And not only should they remove the block button, but they should give every character a grounded overhead, which leads to combos. That would automatically make the game 10 times more fun. I'm not even kidding. I would not be surprised if they end up doing that down the road. This is probably going to be my last DNF-related video, unless they do some kind of drastic change. But I would not be too surprised if they did implement my feedback. They had a feedback survey, and I pretty much said the same exact thing in the survey as what I'm saying now. Literally, all they'd have to do is give every character a grounded overhead, which leads to combos, and remove the block button. Bam, the game is 10 times more fun. So those are the main things. If I were to be a little bit more nitpicky, I really don't like the amount of pushback you get whenever you block an attack. This could just be biased because I was playing the grappler, and the grappler has really short range compared to all these other characters with special moves that fill up the entire screen. I'm not even exaggerating. But the amount you get pushed back, it pushes you back so far, and maybe this won't feel as big of a deal if they were to increase the walking speed, which is something I already suggested. But you get pushed back so far, it would be a lot. It would definitely make some of these matchups much less polarizing if they were to decrease the amount of pushback distance. Because as someone like Grappler, you have to work so hard getting up in someone's face, and then they do this giant, obnoxious special move, and it pushes you so far away, and you have to work so hard to get back in. Anyways, like I said, that is still a critique, but it's a bit less significant as my other two critiques, because by proxy, that would become less of a big deal if they were to increase the walk speed, because like I said, even if you get pushed back kind of far, it won't be as big of a deal if you can just run back up really fast. Oh yeah, another thing I'm not too fond of is that all of the super moves are exclusively relegated as comeback mechanics. You can only use your super when you are under a certain HP threshold. I think it's this game's take on a guts mechanic. It reminds me of the Fatal Blow or whatever it's called from Mortal Kombat 11. That's some Mortal Kombat 11 stuff, and Mortal Kombat 11 is not a game that other fighting games should take inspiration from, in my opinion. I just wish you could use super at other times. I wish the super were tied to meter rather than purely being a comeback mechanic and nothing more. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the game if you played it yourself, or if you haven't gotten a chance to play it yourself, let me know if you have any questions, and I will answer them. I am definitely not going to buy the game. However, I am super curious how the meta is going to evolve. So even though I don't plan on buying the game or playing the game anymore, I'm definitely interested in watching tournaments and the like, just to see how the meta evolves, considering how weird of a game it is. So with all that said, I will see you guys later, and thanks for watching, and bye for now.